This is what happens when a $12,000 payment allegedly moves from the hands of those elected to save and serve their country to a government appointee with this intent. Make him look bad, create proof, and get the wheels of justice to roll against him.
Hillary Clinton and her group, the Democrats, spent $12 million to Christopher Steele to write up a report that was a total fake report.
Trump was not missing words. Apparently, the first intelligence reports had nothing on him, but Obama and Hillary Clinton allegedly didn't back down till they tagged Russian hoax on him. No sitting American president suffered like Donald Trump did in his first tenure, and even after he left office, the hunt never died down. But that's not how the story ends. You would love this.
Intelligence Committee Chairman Rick Crawford. Today we've released a declassified Oversight Majority Staff report that was produced in September of 2020. The stunning revelations that we are releasing today should be of concern to every American. This is not about Democrats or Republicans. This has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic and American voters having faith that the votes cast will count. There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't. The report that we released today shows in great detail how they carried this out. They manufactured findings from shoddy sources. They suppressed evidence and credible intelligence that disproved their false claims. They disobeyed traditional tradecraft intelligence community standards and withheld the truth from the American people. In doing so, they conspired to subvert the will of the American people who elected Donald Trump in that election in November of 2016. They worked with their partners in the media to promote this lie, ultimately to undermine the legitimacy of President Trump and launching what would be a years-long coup against him and his administration.
Americans deserve the truth. What if President Trump never came back to office? What if the everyday American didn't get tired of the woke narrative? If Kamala Harris won the last election, wouldn't Trump have gone in for something he obviously didn't do? There are several what ifs, but then a lot of folks on the left are questioning the timing of the release of these declassified reports, and they accuse Trump of trying to cause a distraction from the Einstein case. But here's the truth. Americans also deserve to know the truth about this case too. This isn't Trump trying to get back at his foes. It has more to do with President Donald Trump's love for principle and policy.
In the January 2017 intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered, John Brennan, who was CIA director at the time, and the intelligence community intentionally suppressed intelligence that showed Putin was saving the most damaging material that he had in his possession about Hillary Clinton until after her potential and likely victory. The report goes into great detail about the information that Russia and Putin had on Hillary Clinton, which included possible criminal acts like secret meetings with multiple named U.S. religious organizations in which State Department officials offered, in exchange for supporting Secretary Clinton's campaign for the presidency, significant increases in financing from the State Department. They also had documents that showed the patronage of the State Department to State Department employees who would go and support Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers. Brennan and the IC misled lawmakers by referencing the debunked Steele dossier to assess, quote-unquote, Russia's plans and intentions, falsely suggesting that this dossier had intelligence value when he knew that it was discredited.
From this report, if Putin believed Clinton would win, why then was Trump a threat? Or why was he seen as a threat? The answer is simple. Trump was a man and still is a political leader who didn't have to defer to any sect to win the love, support, and the votes of the people who mattered. Yes, the American citizens. He was not a career politician, and his snag for being pragmatic and blunt surely would have had him exposing a lot of shady government dealings. And this is something the powers that be, dread. It stands to reason a billionaire who announced that he won't receive a salary as president will bring every unlawful practice to light without bating an eyelid.
The intelligence community assessment omitted reliably sourced information, such as how some Russian intelligence officials were, quote-unquote, planning for candidate Hillary Clinton's victory. while others assess neither Trump nor Clinton would respect Russia's interests. As was reflected in the ODNI documents that we released on Friday, multiple intelligence community assessments released in the months leading up to the November 2016 election concluded that Russia had neither the intent nor capability to impact the outcome of the U.S. election.
With every information in full glare, more questions are being asked. Who should go in for all of this misinformation and which hunt? Would the current DOJ, that's Pam Bondi, have the guts and the actual push to seek justice for Donald Trump and Americans? Or are the key players on this game actually above the law? I would want to know what you all think in the comments. The swamp needs to be drained, but yeah, please also do well to like this video and subscribe as we unpack the truth for what it really is. Until our next clip, please keep staying sensible. Peace.